girls sitting in my room. She walked up to me.
That's the front of the stage.
Oh, whoops.
She walked up the stairs, still envisioned the room. There were two girls sitting in my room. She walked.
Hold there. So you all are grabbing your mic stands and you're walking up stage with Nikki so that you end up on this side of her. And you end up on that side of her.
There were two girls sitting in my room. She walked up to my place, said, "This is the place. You should meet me right here in New."
But no, she's leading the line now.
But
so
she's
what,
leading from the center or from the
No. What happens is
Okay.
Da 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 da. Ooh. Right. So that's what happens. You're right where you need to be. Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
So wait, give me this again.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, how do you come from here today?
Yeah. So go on your
She walked up the stairs, still envisioned the room. There were two girls sitting in my room. She walked up to my place, said, "This is the place. You should meet me right here in New."
Let's stop and hold space for a transition in this show, and I want to take out.
Okay.
Where we're getting to things, and people are like, "Oh, how did that happen?" You know, so if it's like if you come off straight there, you do your moment, you come back, you come down, they come to you. The shift when you get to the center, and it's like,
oh, these bitches been.
Yeah. And the bulk of it is just blocking.
Yeah.
It's not even like.
Right.
You know, like it's just like good blocking and going to that place wherever you're going to with intention.
Got it.
Yeah? Does that make sense enough to try from the top as a stumble through?
Yeah.
We
can do this thing here.
You know, and I didn't scream the whole time.
I just have one question.
Uh-huh.
For the do we stop at one point and then go into those two? That's what
Keith, you first for me here.
10 years ago, on this day, my heart was yearning. I promised I would never, ever be returning.
You end up getting the
When
scare
my
snap.
baby broke my heart and left me hurting.
So you don't stop until do.
Gotcha.
Because it's do.
Gotcha.
Do.
Okay.
So that's a snap, and that snap leads you right up to the curve.
Okay. Oh, I like the Nikki part. It's good, girl. Sassy.
I know this I know to be true. This I know to be true.
You got your baby hair sweating out too.
I got my baby hair sweating out.
Her baby hair sweating out. I love it.
Listen, they're working. They're working.
Working while eating.
What up, those sexy people? It's your girl, Nikki Gilbert Daniels, and I am so excited to be back after a little bit of a break. Back at it, beautiful people. Are y'all ready for another Nights with Nikki? Yay. What's up, everybody? Hi, everyone. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook and LinkedIn. Welcome to another episode of Nights with Nikki, you guys. I'm a little bronze. Yes, WIRF.TV YouTube. I'm a little bronze, you guys, because I just came back from a much needed, much deserved, much craved birthday getaway. I am so blessed to have people in my life who really love me and who really, wanted to treat me to some special moments for my birthday. So the first special moment was my BFF cousin, sister soror, and my BFF of over 35 years surprised me with a little getaway. We didn't go no place really, it was fabulous, for me. It was fabulous for us. If you guys are joining me on Instagram, please make sure y'all come over to worth.tv YouTube. And when you come over to Worth TV YouTube, please do me a favor and make sure you hit that like button, please, and thank you. Matter of fact, let me get this out of the way real quick. So it's a reminder, please like, share, and subscribe. We got a lot of catching up to do, y'all. It has been a lot going on out here in these here black entertainment streets, and I want to talk all about it. So much going on. Again, make sure that you guys, if you are, oh, the green outfit from, somebody mentioned the green outfit from my birthday. Yes, we gonna talk about all of that. But when you come into the YouTube channel, please hit the like button. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy the content that, you know, we are getting into. So guys, so much stuff had happened while we were away. Hello. The one of the biggest things that happened, which kind of blew my mind, I was like, oh, this is crazy, is that Essence apparently, hold on, let me find this article. I was reading it in the Griot and I was like, ooh, this is crazy. Apparently Essence Festival had some issues, which is, you know, surprising because every Essence Festival that I've ever been to has been like thebomb.com. I have no complaints whatsoever, but I did start to realize that there were some changes that were happening in the whole Essence brand. And I want to say Richie Lou, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, did not pass the buck, which is really, you know, commendable, because a lot of people would give a whole lot of excuses and a whole lot of reasons why things didn't turn out the way, you know, festival goers, I'm sorry, because Essence is way more than just a concert. I don't know if you've ever been to the Essence Festival. If you have not been to the Essence Festival, I mean, I don't know what's going on now. I'd encourage you to support anything that is about us and elevating us or whatever. But back in the day, Essence was just, y'all don't understand. It was a whole experience, and the most fun I had ever, I think, was just those really good Essence Festival moments. Sang and danced the whole night, saw a bunch of beautiful, you know, black and brown people. The energy was awesome. It's like the ultimate aunties festival, the ultimate, you know, high school reunion. If you're Greek, of course, all of your sorors and bros were there. But apparently Essence has evolved into something different, right? I did not watch any of the footage. I'm trying to get into a space in my life where I'm not taking in negative information, just because I have so much going on in my own life that is not positive. I don't want to just inundate myself with negative stuff. But anyway, according to the Griot, Essence Fest 2024 made headlines, but not always for the right reasons. From delayed performances, including Lauryn Hill's set, which we're going to get into that because what I heard was that Lauryn didn't go on until the wee hours of the morning. But instead, I'm sorry, to sound issues in the Superdome and confusion over scheduling, festival goers weren't shy about airing their frustrations. Instead of staying silent, Essence took an uncharacteristic approach for a major brand. They owned it. The post caption reads, in part, truncated briefly due to here's what we heard loud and clear. We love Essence Festival and we want it to be better. So instead of the Essence Festival owners taking an attitude about it, what they heard the people say was that we love Essence Festival and we want to make it better. We recognize that business decisions and shifts in policy don't always reflect our community's values. When that happens, we engage in the real conversations needed to align on what matters most, the people. Richie Lou Dennis, CEO of Sundial Brands, Essence parent company, echoed that accountability on The Breakfast Club. Okay, you guys, I'm going to play this so you guys can have a listen and hear what the brother had to say.
It's not any of our partners' fault. It's our fault because we engage them, we hire them, we pay them, we manage them, And it's our job to make sure that everything is delivered properly. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's the Solomon group's fault or it's this group's fault or it's that group's fault, right? I'm trying to build something that's lasting. If I don't invest in people and I don't have the patience with them, plenty of people allowed me to fail, right? And because they allowed me to fail, I'm where I'm at today, right? My job and the role that I see myself playing is to make sure that when somebody fails, I'm there to pick them up. Yeah, at the end of the day, right? Because that's the other thing that we don't have the luxury of as Black people. We get one shot, right? And then you walk away. So we're going to take the hit. It's our fault. It's our responsibility. We will deal with our internal partners. Our internal partners will step up. And if they then don't step up to the plate, then they will be gone. But it will not be because they made a mistake here. It will be because they haven't been able to learn from those mistakes. Gotcha. Right? Because
Wow. Now that's leadership. That is leadership. So they said from production breakdowns to community concern over Target's sponsorship. That's really interesting. The brand says that they're listening, learning, and planning to come back stronger. So people had a whole lot to say. Lauryn Hill in particular, I'm glad that this actually, Lauryn had the opportunity to, let me read this statement. I'm glad that Lauryn Hill had the opportunity to clear the air because Lauryn gets, well, I think Lauryn gets a bad rap. Hold on. I had this pulled up, you guys. I need to find it. Please, if you're coming in watching me on WIRF.TV YouTube, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. Please hit the like button as you enter. Essence. Okay. We're catching up together. Lauryn Hill addresses nonsense about surrounding her show delays. And she said that there seems to be a misconception. Oh, come on now. Everything is a paywall. Everything is a paywall. The Grammy Award-winning artist admitted that this wasn't the first production issues that caused her delayed concerts, and also defended her performance artistry and how much of herself she pours into every aspect of her show. Thank you, Essence, for clarifying that the delays were not my fault. All right, Lauryn wants to make it clear that you understand delays were not her fault. She said, I'm often quiet, knowing full well that God fights my battles, but this is not the first time production delays have delayed my performances. This is, capital IS, however, the first time a promoter has acknowledged the slip up on their end, and this will be the last time that I'll allow production challenges to look like it's my fault alone when they are not. She continued to push back, and she said, there seems to be a misconception out there that I am somewhere on the Riviera with my feet up, drink in hand, showing up to concerts whenever because I'm too important to care. And that's nonsense. And anyone who has ever been a part of these productions knows that, in fact, the opposite is true. However, it didn't come off as though Miss Lauryn Hill was seeking out sympathy, as she called her artistry and performance a labor of love. I'm involved in every aspect of what it takes to put on my shows, because that requires that much, let me slow down. Because it requires that, capital THAT, much involvement to protect the integrity of my message and the quality of what I do. Lauryn Hill was added to the Essence Festival bill about 2 days before showtime and performed deep into the wee hours of Saturday until 3:35 a.m. Eastern Time in front of a sparse Superdome crowd. The delay, not here. We'll take that, the festival said in a statement. The moment, one for the books, the legacy still unmatched. Put some respect on her name. Keep the takes, but keep her out of them. I don't know what takes means. All love and deeply profound admiration for Miss Lauryn Hill. So Essence took full responsibility for the delays in Lauryn's performance. And Essence also seems to have taken full responsibility for what many concert goers have described as a lackluster experience. Again, I was not there. I can't even imagine Essence being lackluster because every Essence festival I've ever been to has been bomb.com, like nothing short of amazing. But apparently there were some delays and there were some issues with sound. Stephanie Mills also wrote an open letter. I don't have it pulled up here, but kudos. Shout out to Essence. Matter of fact, hold on, we got to go a little harder than that. Shout out to Essence for clearing the air and making it very clear that it was not Lauryn Hill's fault and that they are not going to hold the sponsors responsible this year. But if they learn from their mistakes, they can continue the relationship. If they do not, then that relationship is going to be, they're going to kick them to the curb at the end of the day. So, guys, please, as you're coming into the WIRF.TV YouTube channel, please hit the like button. That would be so special if you would do that for me. Another story I want to talk to you guys about, which I found appalling, is this little baby right here. If you're watching me on YouTube, then you know I have a picture of this handsome little boy, Jamal White, who, I love you too, thank you. This handsome baby, Jamal White, who went missing, okay? Now, what's really crazy, is now, guess who they finding the number one suspect to be? His family, his uncle and his mama and his daddy, allegedly. Lord have mercy. So if you don't know the details, this child, was taken by gunpoint on July 11th, right? And there's a video of him like riding his bike. I want to say he was riding his bike or something down the street. And someone abducted him. And you just hear this baby screaming for dear life. He was found safely on July 12th. And a 25-year-old suspect was in custody. And some others had been detained. Reports say that the mom, Siobhan Corey Williams, was arrested. It is unconfirmed, allegedly, but the uncle has been charged in a separate shooting, not the kidnapping. Milwaukee police have arrested 3 men at homes tied to the abduction of 7-year-old Jamal White, who was taken at gunpoint. This is ridiculous. And I don't know how true this is, but allegedly, the mother has been arrested as well. I say alleged because, these days AI will have you believe in everything, right? He was found safely. The 25-year-old was arrested at the home where Jamal was discovered, while police also made arrests of 2 people at the home from which White was abducted. The person arrested where he was found in the 2000 block he's in custody for a probation violation. He's one of 2 people arrested from the home where he was taken. Hold on. I have a different article. Here we go. Yes. They staged it for a GoFundMe opportunity. And his own mother has been arrested because I guess the people who were working with her flipped. I don't know what is going on with these deadbeat mamas out here in these streets. And I just don't know what's going on with people, period. Like, I don't understand how, with all of the kids that have been abducted and snatched up off the streets, and all of the families who are looking for their children, why anybody would think that this is okay. But situations like these are just horrible, and it really makes you sick, because the more people pretend like someone's missing, or the more people pretend like someone has been abducted, the less people believe when it actually happens to someone and it's real, right? People are going to assume, just like they found this person and just like they found that person. Folks are getting to the point where it's like, should I post about it? Because you post about it and then you discover it was something else. Yes, always post. I know it becomes a little cumbersome, but this is someone's life. So always post whenever there's the possibility that somebody has been abducted, especially a child. But our community is so much going on, you guys. We have so much work we need to do as a community of people, because any mother who feels like she needs to start a GoFundMe page by pretending to have her child abducted has something much bigger than just financial problems going on. It's something much bigger than that. So I'm praying for this kid. I'm praying for his family, those who were not involved in his abduction. I hope that all of this crap about the mother being involved is just, I don't know. It's like you don't even know what to believe these days. You read shit and you just be like, that's not even possible that that would be real. But it is. And it is real, and it is, sadly, our community is involved in a lot of skullduggery that we just need to figure out. Because I heard somebody talking about it today, and they were just saying, with all the stuff that's going on in this new administration, like the fact that we still can't get our shit together within our communities is just baffling to me. Like, this is that time when our ancestors, our civil rights leaders, this is the time when they would step up and be really proactive, and we could bring our community together. Unfortunately, it just feels like, I say it all the time. I heard Harry Belafonte say it, and I was really like, wow, why would he say that? He's like, I think it's too late. And that's such a defeated attitude. It's like, no, it's not too late. It's never too late for our community. We can thrive. We can go. But Lord have mercy, I'm starting to wonder, y'all. And I'm an optimist. Maybe I'm an optimist. But I'm really starting to wonder. What do you guys think? Bring y'all in on this conversation. Does anybody have an opinion about where our community is headed? I mean, it is sad, but we just aren't involved. We aren't involved in much of the shit that we need to be involved in order to change courses. And yeah, I mean, I know people are exhausted from the politics of it all. I know people are, tired of going down. Well, you can't ever get tired of doing that. You can't ever get tired of voting, but I get it. It's just like, yeah, when you start hearing about funny business and the polls, you're like, what's the point? But we have to just keep going. You have to stop, keep beating down that wall, literally. IG, I'm about to log off. I want you guys to come over and hang out with me on YouTube. It's not going to be a long one because I'm very tired, but I'm about to get into this Beyonce concert and all the great things I have to say about that. All right, you guys, so I'll see y'all over there in a minute. Okay, YouTube, let me give y'all my undivided, tired-ass attention. First, let me get a sip. Discard. Uh-oh. Protein shake. It's bomb.com. Beyonce concert. Let's just get into the good part. The Beyonce concert was absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Now, let me just say this. I don't even have my pictures and stuff pulled up. I will do that tomorrow. This was kind of a last-minute live situation. This is going to probably be under 30 minutes for sure. But y'all listen, when I tell you, if you have not been to a Beyonce concert, no, okay, let me change the way I'm gonna say this. Okay. First of all, let me do the introduction. I do have one picture. Hold on, let me pull up this. Let me pop this picture in here. I do have one picture pulled up. Gonna let me drop it. Baby, listen when I tell you. Them girls was at that rodeo when I tell you. My group sisters, Erin, Alexis, surprised me on Monday night with tickets to Beyonce. Now, let me just keep it real by saying this. I wasn't ready. I mean, I pulled it together. It was a birthday. It was a surprise birthday moment. And that's why I said I had a wonderful, I'm still in vacation brain. This is my first show back. So you guys, I'm a little rusty. Y'all gonna have to give me some grace. But they invited me to this concert and I was really like, okay, all right. I had never been to a Beyonce concert. I see everybody getting ready and going to Renaissance and all this stuff. And I've loved Beyonce. I love all of the ladies. I think Destiny's Child, they were raised well. Miss Tina Knowles and Matthew did an awesome job just developing them and making them into the incredible artists and performers and women that they are. That's the thing that really sort of the performance part of it I always enjoyed, and I was always like, oh, she's really talented. But the woman that, Beyonce grew to become before our eyes, a mom of 3, she stays out of the fray. She's not in the mess. She's drop dead gorgeous. She's such a hard worker, and none of us is perfect. But for her to have that level of stardom, for Beyonce to have that level of, mega stardom and be as humble and gracious as she is was just a lesson for me. But I'd always appreciated that part of Beyonce. I always appreciated the fact that she always came off as somebody who was humble, even though she didn't have to be, baby, because she's stunting on all these hoes. But anyway, I'm just saying that's my opinion. I know all of them. And it's crazy because you like, baby, why you got an attitude if you ain't Beyonce? You need to just go on ahead and put that attitude in your back pocket and go on and do what you got to do. But let me tell you about this experience. So if you don't understand the hype, if you don't understand the, oh my God, Beyonce's here, I got to go to the Beyonce concert, the renaissance of it all. Because I've said, I'm like, people are paying how much money for tickets? Like, it was crazy. If you don't understand it and you've never been to a Beyonce concert, then don't beat yourself up about it, because I get it. I was that person. I had never been to a Beyonce concert. I didn't know. So you can't beat yourself up about it. But if you've been to a Beyonce concert and you still don't understand, then I'm requesting that you not only beat yourself up about it, I want you to go and throw yourself down the flight of stairs and then get up and walk back up them stairs and then roll yourself back down them stairs, because I'm trying to tell you. Flawless execution, sang for 2.5 hours, engaged with the audience, the wardrobe, the film, the just everything, the connection to the people she was sharing the stage with, the grace that she showed the people that were on that stage with her, the grace that she showed the audience, her ability to be outside of herself but still very present. It was crazy to me. It's so many layers. It's like Beyonce concert it's interesting. Because I saw Miss Lawrence at the show, and Miss Lawrence was like, yeah, I was here the other night, and I was like, I need to come back. And if I had been there the night before the final night, then I would have definitely been trying to figure out a way to come back, because it is such an experience. It is just otherworldly in the best possible way. And I don't hype up a lot of people. I mean, give me a break. I had a record deal with Michael Jackson. So in my mind, it was very like, what you got, B? What you got, B? What you got, Beyonce? What you got? Like I said at Vera Brown, Beyonce. What you got, Beyonce? But baby, when I tell you, mesmerized, absolutely mesmerized at Beyonce's performance. Again, I say, if you've never been to a Beyonce show and you don't understand the hype, don't beat yourself up about it, because I was you once upon a time. But once you take your ass to a concert, wherever you are in the house, once you take your ass to a Beyonce concert, if you do not leave there like, oh yeah, that one right there, what they doing now, that one right there, if you don't leave there feeling like that right here, I don't even know what to tell you. Just like I said, don't beat yourself up, throw yourself down a couple flights of stairs, because that girl is fire. Set list was amazing. I have so much video. That's why I haven't given you guys anything tonight, because I just have so much video and so much content. I mean, first of all, Beyonce ain't trying to have us have all her content out there, because the other thing is, I think she filmed every night she was here in Atlanta. But here's the story, y'all. This woman is not selling out 50, 60,000, 70,000 seaters because she's not doing what she's doing. She's selling them out because she is doing exactly what she's doing. She inspired me as an artist who's been in this business for over 30 years to dig deeper. Beyonce inspired me to work harder. Beyonce inspired me to complain less. You know how they say we all got the same 24 hours in the day that Beyonce got? I mean, she got a different kind of, she has a different kind of anointing on her 24 hours. But yeah, it just really inspires you as an artist and as a creative to just really take it there. David Ellis says, I love that you gave Destiny's Child advice back in the day. Yeah, it was like, and now don't get me wrong. It wasn't like we were like artist development or anything. It was just, we were Princess Club Glam Slam, well, the club he used to have back in the day. They were doing a showcase or something for Sony. And I want to say it was for Sony. And some of the reps were like, hey, this is a new group, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, we met them and they were like, they're going on to perform. And they were like, I was like, how y'all feeling? They were like, we're nervous. So it was a little just, big sister, little sister pep talk in that one moment, right? I'm sure there's plenty of people out here who can take way more credit for being a part of the development of Destiny's Child. But Matthew Knowles and Miss Tina Knowles did an absolutely fantastic job of making sure that those girls went through the development that they needed to go through, because you just see it when you see them, and not all of them. Like I've seen Kelly Rowland perform live. Of course, I've seen Michelle Williams, I think, a couple times, and there's just a different kind of energy when artists are developed. I talk about this all the time on this here YouTube channel, you guys. We talk about how important artist development is for longevity in a career. Beyonce is the beginning, middle, and end of artist development. And I remember Frank Gasson was telling me some years ago about how incredible Beyonce was about being able to break down that fourth wall. It's artist talk for when you're able to just really connect on a different level. Beyonce got it, MJ got it, Usher got it. You know what I'm saying? The megastars have it. And it isn't just about talent, because there's a lot of people out here who can sing their asses off. And just please hit the like button as you guys come in, please and thank you. But that breaking down that fourth wall and really penetrating audiences at a different level, that's a special gift. Karen says, you're so talented. Kudos for you for being humble enough to admit you get it. Yeah, that's it. It is just, I literally left that concert wanting to go to rehearsal. I was like, these little 8 counts and these little, moments that we have in the show that I forget because I'm in my head or my head is somewhere else. Yeah, no, we're not finna do that no more. We're not finna do that no more. And another thing that really stuck out for me that I really was able to appreciate is how she has she has her children involved in the show. But what I noticed, and you guys will notice this if you go and see a concert, like I said, if you haven't been, you get a pass for not understanding, because it is a moment that you have to be present for in every way. But baby, the way she had her children involved, and the younger daughter, Rumi, she's just in and out for a minute. It's just a very brief, moment in the show. But what I noticed about Blue Ivy is, first of all, can we please just show some love for how Blue Ivy has just developed into this beautiful, poised, young woman, young lady. I don't know if I should call her young girl. I don't know where her age is. But what I appreciated about her in the show is that Beyonce did not have her in numbers that were inappropriate. She was coordinated with the rest of the dancers, but she was dressed like a child dancing on stage with her mother, or a preteen or teenager, whatever she is. She was not given all that extraneous extraness. And her show is very sexy. It's very sultry and sexy, and just, it's a whole vibe. Talent, sex appeal, beauty, grace, humility. But the way she inserted her children into the moment gives her an opportunity to guide them, in my opinion. Because I think with celebrity kids, a lot of times, I mean, I hate to use this example, but Bobby Christina. And I say that because it's inevitable, I think. It's just my opinion. It's inevitable for children of very popular celebrities to avoid the public scrutiny, even though they're children, which I think is sick and gross and crazy and toxic and throw yourself down a flight of stairs ish. When people, don't allow kids to go through their, their phases, and they get to judging and talking crazy. And I remember I saw something where Beyonce said that when she looked behind her and realized, I guess around one of the first times, she allowed Blue to get on. And this wasn't you can come on stage and just, play around. This was, if you come to rehearsal every day, you learn it, and you get to the point where you're committed to it, I'll let you do one thing, I believe she said. That one thing has now turned into what I believe is Blue on tour with her for the entire tour. Why not introduce her? If she's going to learn what it is like to be on tour, if she's going to learn what it's like to be on those stages, she should be learning from her mother. She absolutely should be, a part of the top tier, so she knows what the expectation is if and when she decides that she wants to pursue this as a career. I think it's brilliant and commendable of Beyonce to slowly introduce her children to what could potentially be a career choice, or for them to discover, hey, yeah, I did it. It was cool. I'm going to go over here and practice medicine, or I'm going to go over here and practice law. Whatever it is, they are children of superstars. So for them to have that exposure early on, under her tutelage and under the care of their mother, so they don't have to wonder what it's like. It's interesting. We've all had, Lord, I'm about to put my mama out there, but she in heaven, so. My mom used to tell us when we were younger, if you feel like you are dating somebody and you feel like you're ready to start, go get it, okay, that's what we'll say. I'm not giving you permission to do anything, but don't be going up in nobody's house. Don't be in no alleys. Don't be in no garages. Don't be in no, you know what I mean? So we kind of got that as the message of listen. And she kind of gave us I'm not giving you permission to go do nothing in my house, but I don't want you out in the streets messing around and catching stuff and hiding and sneaking and this and that and the third. You're going to get to the point where that's what you want to do. So I know, how do we get from Beyonce allowing her children to perform on stage to my mother telling us that whatever? My point is just, if you don't, as a parent, if you aren't realistic, thank you, Victoria, she's 13. If you aren't realistic about what life could potentially bring for your kids and how they could be impacted by decisions, and not give them the opportunity to make those choices under your care or guidance, kind of delusional, because, hey, I bet she said, oh, listen, if you're going to get the urge to do it, you need to be doing it at this level. And if it's not at this level, you don't need to be doing it. Karen says, very intentional. She and Jay-Z are raising and protecting their children. Abso-freaking-lutely. And they're doing an awesome job. So Jay came out, you guys. Jay-Z came out. I posted it a couple days ago. I posted it the night of the concert, Monday night. That was just a whole experience. They just such fucking rock stars. They're just rock stars. They're superstars. They're mega stars. And you can't help but being in that space with, like I said, 50, 60,000 people. I've been on some big stages in my life, right? Periodically. I remember we were in Brussels once and they were literally shaking the tour bus because they were so geeked up. You know what I mean? I was in Brownstone's prime. So I know what it's like to hear the roar of applause. Please as you guys come in. Thank you very much. I am going to tell you, there is nothing like the sound of people at a Beyonce concert. When I say folks were dressed, I was like, I could just throw on some jeans and a denim shirt and whatever. And then I was like, no, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have the whole experience. So we put on our little cowboy Carter gear, and it was fantastic. Shout out to my sister, Erin. We actually had a little invitation to the Gully, I can't think of the damn name of it, but the Arthur Blanks suite, which is a very special suite. at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And I'm so grateful for it. Yes. So the one says, we are jamming to Love Bad Bitches. I like good girls. Keep on jamming to it, baby. Keep on jamming to it. Y'all, I'm going to play you guys real quick and then I'm going to come back. But I'm going to play you guys a live performance from Detroit. Some of you may have had a chance to see it. Some of you may not have had a chance to see it. My nephew, Jacob, who is super duper talented. And this is interesting because me seeing what Beyonce did with Blue Ivy was the confirmation that I needed to offer my nephew the opportunity to do this thing that I'm about to show y'all. So my nephew Jacob, my sister Debbie, today, oh gosh, hold on you guys, let me do this real quick. Just give me a second. Do I have the link? Okay, I don't have the link. So today is National Glioblastoma Day. I was supposed to put the link up before the show started, but y'all, I'm still tired. That Beyonce concert, I'm still recovering from it, okay? Turned 55 on July 8th, so I'm moving a little slow, if you feel me. But today is Glioblastoma Awareness Day. My sister, Deborah Gilbert, unfortunately, we lost her March 23rd of this year to glioblastoma after a very brave battle for 18 months. And one of the things that my sister asked me to do was to make sure I looked out for Jacob and her grandson, Adonis, who was Jacob's son. Thankfully, when my sister was diagnosed, Jacob and Adonis relocated back from Georgia back to Detroit. And he was able to be there with his mother for the entire time that she was battling this. She was able to love on her grandbaby. He was like, listen, I got to drop everything and be there for my mom. And she's got to spend this time with her grandson because they lived here in Georgia. So he made the sacrifice that any son would make in order to be there for his mother. And I'm just really grateful that, you know, we had the opportunity to do it. I'm going to play this, you guys. Please, you know, if you can, support. We are doing another 5K with Head for the Cure, which is an organization that raises funds and awareness for brain cancer survivors and for families. You guys, this disease is terrible. And anything we can do to raise funds or raise awareness for it, we are going to do. But this started out just a performance and ultimately ended up turning into something much bigger. So I want to share this with you all, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll be right back after this. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let me get my towel.
Yes.
Okay. We all family in here, right? Are we all family in here? Well, I want to share another story. This probably be the last story. So, a couple months ago, I lost my baby sister. She had brain cancer. Shout out to Henry Ford. Anybody in here who worked for Henry Ford? I love y'all. They did an awesome job. But she fought as long as she could. She made me promise her a couple things. That's a warrior pose! Yes! The most important thing she asked me to do was make sure I took care of her son, my nephew Jake, and my great nephew, her grandson. And it was tough. It was hard, as you can imagine.
As a mother, my mama ain't play. She ain't play about me. Like, my mama was strong in so many ways.
Yes.
and far as to just the responsibility she made me learn, because she knew what route I need to be on. My mama always used to say, and even towards the end, baby, get your stuff together. Get your stuff together. Every time I think about what I want to do or how I want to move, I think about how I want to honor my mama. And the first thing she say is, get your stuff together.
He was going through a tough time, as you can imagine. As an only child, losing your mama. She was only 49 years old. And he said, Auntie, sometimes it's like, what's the point? Sometimes you just feel like giving up. And I said, no. That's not what we do. We're not giving up. No way. I said, I got this record, and I need a remix. And I ain't no rapper, but you got a good pen, and you can do it. So he wrote his feelings out. And I said, if that shit is dope, I'll bring you on stage in front of all them people and let you do your thing.
I know, that's right.
So in the spirit of keeping my promise to my baby sister, his name is God Made Jake. And by the way, that's his Cash App too, God Made Jake. So if y'all like what y'all see, show my nephew some love. I love you so much. Don't you embarrass me now. You better do what you gotta do.
What up?
You better make your mama proud.
Working all the time, still ain't lost my mind, no, still ain't lost my mind. Where am I finding this time? I ain't gave up yet, I'm on that 0-16 grind. I done been down face flat, Lord know I feel the cry. Working all the time, losing my mama. Nah, I ain't got time for your drama. We can talk about solutions, it's not about giving up if you can see the truth.
What the truth is?
Standing on your word and then don't turn your back. Cause once them haters don't believe in you, it ain't no going back. I done been down way low in that valley. I done lost some friends, I done lost it all. Then I got back up, I took it to the gym. Cause ain't no telling me that I can't make it.
What?
Ain't no telling me that I can't take it. Telling me that I can't.
Something telling me that you the greatest.
Telling me that but I can't just sit back and be patient.
I'm not giving up.
So my mind,
Hey,
but I
hey,
gotta shine.
no way.
Ain't waste no time.
No, I'm not giving
Got a lot
up.
that's on my mind, but I gotta shine.
No way.
Ain't waste no time.
I'm not giving
Got a
up.
lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine.
No way.
Ain't waste no time.
Tomorrow's on the way. Tell me what you talking about, nephew.
Yeah,
Hey, hey, hey,
but I got a lot that's on my mind.
hey.
But I gotta shine.
Yeah.
Ain't waste no time. Still got that plan on my mind. Time went too fast. And now that you gone, got me missing you so bad. You touched my mind, my heart, my soul. And now this pain that's in my heart, the revenge that's on my mind. Lord, place your hands on me, cause I got demons on my mind. Yeah, it's some trauma in my chest, but I'ma bring it to the fire. And if they know just like I know, the Lord won't let me see them guys.
Hey.
It's gonna be alright.
Get him, Jake.
Promise you that I got us. Know the times were getting hard. Hoping your arms around me, so I couldn't have got this far. I wouldn't be here without you. Your love sent me some places I never thought I would get to. Screaming because I miss you, crying I wanna kiss you. I'm so sad I can't be with you.
I'm so sad I can't be with you.
Screaming because I miss you, crying I wanna kiss you. I'm so sad I can't
Come on,
be
y'all.
with you.
No, I'm not giving up. If you're not giving up, let me hear you say, no way.
Ain't waste no time.
No, I'm not giving up. If you ain't giving up, sing this shit with us.
Can't waste no time.
I'm not
I
giving
got a lot
up.
that's on my mind, but I gotta shine.
No way.
Can't waste no time.
Tomorrow's on the way. Hey, give it up. Hey, here we go.
I was so lost just a few months ago, even going through this whole journey, lost. Been through the ups, been through the downs. So just knowing that she got to meet her grandson, and it'd be a legacy left, I could sleep with that. I could sleep with that. And knowing that he all right, I know I'm honoring her wishes.
So now the real thing that I'm on, that's ASAP. I'm gonna have to tell my auntie. She's gonna record it. I make my dance routines. I let my auntie Nikki know. She loves music. She's She loves dancing, music. I'm working on new ones. So, anyways, everybody, to anybody, don't be scared to show your moves. Don't be afraid. Let how you feel out. Just be yourself, not nobody else. I'm just telling this by my heart. So anybody, be yourself, not nobody else. If you're being somebody else, all the people gonna say, man, he's acting like somebody else. He should be yourself and get a new hobby. So be yourself. I'm Baby Jake. Check me out on MySpace. Peace.
Here we go. Let me hear y'all singing. Come on. Let me hear you say I'm not giving. I'm not giving.
I got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine. Can't waste no time.
No, I'm not giving.
Got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine.
No way.
Can't waste no time.
Tomorrow's on the way.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Y'all better show my
Thank you, Detroit.
love, y'all. That took a lot to do that.
Hey, Brown.
His mama's so proud. Y'all think his mama proud?
Thank y'all, Detroit, once again.
I'm so sad I can't be with you.
Yes, we love you, Debbie. We love you, sister. Yeah.
That's good. It'll be all right.
It's gonna be better than all right. Anomaly.
Waste no time. I got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine. Can't waste no time.
Tomorrow's on the way.
Y'all. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Yeah. Man. Yeah, thank y'all for watching that. Thank you guys for watching that. Thank you guys for supporting that. My nephew has a new single that will be released tomorrow. It's midnight. July 18th is his birthday. And the single is a remix of our song, I'm Not Giving Up. And I'm really excited because this is his first sort of foray into, he's done some stuff in Detroit, but I'm really excited because, again, what I learned in my period of grief, and I've had plenty of them. I know I said this was not going to be a 30-minute live, and here it is an hour, but let me say this because it's important. If we live long enough, if we are lucky enough to have the kind of lives that mean that we love people and we create families and, we have relatives and people we care about. If we're lucky enough to live long enough, we are all going to be in a space of grief and loss. It is just, none of us is getting out of here alive. It's just, part of the deal, right? If you can find something creative to do, if you can find something that you're really passionate about, what I have learned as a result of, it started with Maxie in 2015, and it just seems like it's been a domino. Parents 90 days apart. It's just been a domino of like grief and loss and trauma on top of navigating an industry that is just shaping up to be pretty fucking evil, which is mind-blowing to me because if you remember, like I remember, wow, the industry was just different. It was just different. And let me reel it in and take that back. I'm not going to call this industry evil. I'm not going to say that. And the reason I'm not going to do it is because Beyonce has restored my faith in the power of art. She has restored my faith in the power of creativity. I really have a different perspective after going to that Beyonce concert with my 55-year-old big ass age ass. It affirms me leaning into the future the way she has leaned into her future and her children. And it is a reminder that if you just focus on the gift, if you focus on the gift, whatever that is, if it's the ability to paint, if it's the ability to freaking sew, write, whatever, right? We can post in social media. We could create shit in social media that ain't really real, right? So let's lean into creating things that are real, that are tangible. And I spent a lot of time talking about the impact of being denied opportunities for generational wealth, right? To pass it on. I have another nephew who's an incredible, you guys have seen his photos. He's an incredible photographer. He's now getting into editing. He's now getting into film. He's getting into media. That is the reason she is in the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Not because she's chasing clout, because we deserve to be able to pass down greatness in our legacy to our future, to our family, to our children, to our grandchildren. We deserve the opportunity to pass down generational wellness to our families, to our children, to our children's children. We do not deserve to be stolen from. We do not deserve to be caricatures and archetypes that perpetuate stereotypes and narratives that damage our communities. We deserve the right to be able to live decent lives as creatives and people who are responsible for billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in revenue coming in and through the entertainment industry. We deserve a fair piece of that pie so we can pass down greatness and not trauma, right? It's so simple. It's so fair. It's so fucking basic. None of us were taught what we know now. I can pretty much guarantee you, not none of us, many of us in the 90s who did not have access to the information that a lot of people have access to today. Many of us had to really learn from the school of hard knocks. And as a result of us learning, now it's a lot more available for present and future artists. But we deserve the opportunity to have a fair and level playing field so that we can continue to do what Beyonce is doing so incredibly with her family and with her children, what I'm trying to do with my nieces and nephews and grandchildren. And, you know, we deserve the opportunity to have a level playing field. We deserve that. We've worked hard and contributed so much for so many years. We deserve that at the very least. So I know there are people out there. I had a post earlier today, and the post was very clear. And I talked about, matter of fact, I'm going to read it because some of y'all might not have seen it because, you know, sometimes the Uda just be fucking with me like that. But, you know, again, the level playing field. I'm sorry. I just can't stress it enough. I'm not sorry. So this is my post from earlier today, and I mean it with my whole entire heart and soul. And what triggered this post is usually something, you know, with me when I get all my rants and all my bullshit, right? It's usually something that I've seen, and I ain't got no business in, because how you feel about me ain't none of my damn business. But, you know, I'm still Generation X from Detroit. So sometimes we just got to say what we got to say. I think it's in my DNA. It's just, you know, I just can't let you piss on me and tell me that it's raining and walk away with a smile on my face. So someone said something, so I felt like I had to respond. But what I have learned is that there is a way to respond that is more proactive than reactive. And I'm always going to take a proactive approach to the reactive dumb shit. If I had $1 for every person who blamed me for the cancellation of R&B Divas or the delays with P-Valley, but let's call it what it really is. Karma. You can outspend me in court. You can push my family into bankruptcy. You can bully me out of my IP, but you cannot rip the heart and the soul out of something I created and expect it to continue to thrive. I pour my creative heart and spirit into the brands that I create, and they're often, always snatched away from me. And then somehow, because I have the audacity to stand up for myself, I have become the villain in stories I helped to write. Not helped to write, stories I created. But by the grace of God and through the love of family and dear friends who love me in real life, I don't define myself based on other people's narrative, especially with the limited amount of information that they have. The cancellations and the delays are not my fault. That's not on me. That's between them and God. But what I do know is this: you cannot win playing dirty. So if you're going to sit at the table, play fair, especially with the person who brought the deck of cards to the table in the first place. So what I've learned that I have to do is I just have to embrace the fact that people might not like me because I'm going to say what I have to say, whether you like me or not. I do it with my family, they do it with me. I do it with my friends, they do it with me. And I will do it publicly, because what is more important to me than you liking me is me loving myself and knowing my worth and fighting for what is right. So what I hope in the end comes out of all of this, because I'm realistic about the Supreme Court. I got the earrings, y'all. I got the mug. I went up there. I know I'm so realistic, especially here lately with all the other things that are happening, right? I am clear that it is, as I've said, a microscopic snowball's chance in hell. But here is the beauty of God and the universe and y'all, because this is the time we talk about it. Yes, this is the time we talk about it. This is the time we go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that we're in the Supreme Court. Tell them, run, tell that. We need people to know about that. It's a really important thing. So September 29th, 2025, the justices are going to be discussing my case. Now, the reason this is a big deal, everyone, the reason this is a huge deal is because I'm a pro se, meaning I filed this writ of certiorari as my own lawyer by myself. So the fact that I've survived this long as a Black woman who has been beat down by a system for 5 years consistently. They have handed me my ass financially, emotionally. They have not broken my spirit. They have not broken the love that I have in my household and my family, but we have suffered some L's. We have suffered some L's. We have suffered some L's in this case. So the fact that instead of quitting, I kept my promise to my baby sister, not only, and what I left out of that clip is the other thing she asked me to promise is to not quit with this case, because she watched the appeals live hearing and said, go as far as you have to go. Like I said, I tried to lie and not tell her, well, not lie, I just tried to withhold the truth about me losing the appeal. And she told me before she died that she knew that I had, and why didn't I tell her? And you better not quit. So when our song, I'm Not Giving Up, which was actually, ironically, the song that I wrote for a soundtrack that my nephew Jacob, who was doing the rap on it, he starred in Social Conflict, the movie. He's the kid in the beginning who pow-pows the teacher in the beginning of Social Conflict. If you didn't see it, put the clip up there. But the song was written for that movie. And it was written based on, the song was licensed to that movie. It wasn't written for that movie. It was written by the Trackheads. And I fell in love with the song. It was written about the times and all the terrible stuff that was going on. But it worked for our movie Social Conflict. So to the irony of my nephew who starred in the movie where the song was originally placed, doing the remix hip hop version of the song as this dope ass artist. He says he's not a rapper, he's an artist. After losing his mother, my sister, to cancer, who never quit fighting and told us to not quit. To have this record at this time with a writ in the Supreme Court of the United States, there is no clearer explanation for how important it is to not quit, to keep going no matter what. So I'm grateful that my sister has been moving mountains from heaven. Maxie, Debbie, my mom, so many, Angie. I listen, the back-to-back trauma of it all has me like, woo, Jesus, you must know that I'm not the fucking one you play with. Because it is not about what happens here in this space. It's about how what we do in this moment affects the future and the opportunities they have. And there's some shit you just lay on the sword for. So I think the more we start to think in alignment with our ancestors and the ability for them to persevere through the very worst of time, every horrible war, every horrible situation that is happening right now is a result of somebody thinking they can just come into someone's space and take their shit without any recourse or penance or compensation or respect. Every terrible, not every, the majority of the wars that are happening all over are because people want to just come take stuff from people and just expect them to just lay down. And it's just terrible. And some people just ain't going for it. So I got a little emotional after the video, and sometimes it makes me a little angry because the shit should not be this way. But I'm always going to think bigger picture. I'm always going to think about the importance of being more proactive than reactive and how that impacts the future. So if my story does nothing but inspire the next generation of content creators to understand the value of their art is worth fighting for, it is what it is. And if the Supreme Court just says, no, we can't hear this, we can't see this, you don't get no due process, oh, well, the judge is a better decider than the expert in you and the 50,000 people who have seen it and agree with you. If that's the route that they take, well, hey, what we gonna do? Except say we went as far as we could. And then we're going to put this over there. And we're going to move on. And make something even greater. Because what I know for sure, without a doubt, is that karma is the great equalizer. That is why the wars never stop. That is why people who think they are bullying people out of shit and going to live happily ever after. No. There's this thing called the sins of the father. What goes around is surely going to come around. And the easiest way to make sure that that doesn't happen is to just make sure that whatever it is coming back around to you is good and positive and rooted in love. It ain't got to be perfect. We all make mistakes. But whatever that energy is that's coming back to you, it needs to be love. It needs to be kindness. It needs to be not stabbing people in the back and stealing people's shit and hurting people. And, you know, it should be some really positive, good energy coming back to you. And I think that that is what has sustained me through 5 of the most tumultuous, awful, terrible, god-awful fucking years of my life, due to the fact that I stood up for myself. Thank God what is coming back to me is love and support and strength, courage and wisdom. And that's all I got to say about that. But if you did some dirty shit, you're going to find out. Just like R&B divas did. They found out. I mean, it's going to be good for a minute, a season, literally, or 2. And then it's going to go away. So, you done took some shit from me. Payback might not come from me, but it's coming. All right, you guys. I don't know how I went from talking about Beyonce and mamas setting up GoFundMes for fake kidnappings to somehow it always leads back to this shit right here. Pray for your girl. I'm praying for each and every one of you. Thank y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button. This is Nights with Nikki. I'm coming, babe. I'm done. This is the opportunity for me to just share what's on my heart. Sometimes it is a little harsh and Detroitish, but I'm unapologetically authentic. All right. Thank y'all. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and make sure that y'all caught my nephew.
I got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine. Can't waste no time. I got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine. Can't waste no time. I got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine. Can't waste no time. Got a lot that's on my mind, but I gotta shine. Can't waste no time.